All right, next team is here, the Northwestern Wildcats. Their head coach, Jim Nollan, joined by Ayah Elnady and Sienna Noordermeer. Coach, I'll open it up to you for an opening statement before we open it up to questions. And please state your name and your affiliation, please, beforehand. Coach, will hand it off to you.
Good morning. Just wanted to open up by saying how excited we are to be here again at the Big Ten Media Days. Looking forward to kicking off the 2025 season. Be year 2 for me with the Cats. Really excited about the upcoming year and the investment of the Big Ten in women's volleyball and making sure that we put on the best product in the country.
We'll go right back here at the camera.
We also saw you added a lot of different grad transfers and new recruits for this next season. So what about that excitement do you see for this new team and the new additions coming up this season?
Well, I think first and foremost, just as a staff, we feel light years ahead of where we were last year. At this time last year, we had just finalized the roster. We spent most of May trying to find people to have enough, athletes to really compete in the Big Ten. So this year, with a whole spring under our belt, training, the addition of the 3 freshmen and the 5 transfers, we feel like we have a roster put together to position us to have chances to win matches. So from that perspective, it's incredibly exciting going forward. We're not just trying to patch holes. We feel like we can actually train and develop and really build a program that this university wants and deserves.
Coach, how does the program transition from someone like Alexa Russo, who obviously played a major role, but also was a leader on this team too, and kind of what you're seeing from the team so far from spring and heading into the season?
Yeah, Alexa did a lot of things for us last year. She contributed incredibly throughout her career, but last year we asked her to both set and hit. Transitioning out of that is challenging, right? Whenever you have someone that's been a staple in a program for so long, there are challenges that are presented. I think the thing that excites us about the future, especially just in the setting position, is we had an entire spring with 2 really gifted athletes in Sienna and Lauren Carter, battling it out every day and working on their craft, but really rallying around each other and supporting each other, knowing that one of them's going to have some really big shoes to fill, if not both of them. But I think, again, to answer your question, the spring training for us was really huge, just getting to work with our student athletes and kind of laying some foundation and some groundwork that we can build upon.
Sienna, take us through what has been, a road to recovery for you, how you're feeling going into this season and your level of excitement.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this season. We've been putting a lot of great work in and out of the gym, and as a team just diving into culture, but also working, and just really excited to hit the ground running once season starts, and just waiting for that first preseason match. But really excited to be on the court, be competing, and just excited for the season.
Does it feel even more substantial just because of the time that you've missed as well?
Yeah, I was very appreciative of the volleyball community and how everyone embraced their arms around me through that time. It was definitely challenging and unexpected, but fully healthy, feeling really good. And I think I just am very appreciative for every opportunity to be on the court and to be able to compete and play a sport that I love.
Ayah, tell us about coming to Northwestern, your decision to come here, and just what you see your role being this season, what you want to show Big Ten fans of your game.
Yeah, the decision to come to Northwestern was really easy. I feel like the school offers a lot of things that any student athlete should be looking for. Obviously, it's academics, and the campus is beautiful, and playing in the Big Ten. So it was a really easy decision. And just like for the season, fans can expect me to just compete hard and give my best every time. I'm so excited for the season.
Coach, what can you say about her addition and bringing her to media days too as a newcomer?
Well, Ayah is just really special. volleyball aside, she's an incredible volleyball player, but as a human, she is exactly the type of person that Northwestern wants. As we went through the admittance process and having her do her, interviews and things like that, everyone came back to us just how impressed they were of her as a human. Those are the type of people you want to rally around. I mean, having the ability to score 3.5, 4 points a set doesn't hurt either. I think from us on the volleyball court, you're certainly going to look for her to score points, front row and back row. We are going to make you pass a little bit, so you're going to have to focus a little bit. But I love her approach to the game because she is just relentless in her attacking of the ball.
Ayah, what are you looking forward to in the Big Ten specifically to be in this conference that has the reigning national champion and stacked with talent?
Yeah, honestly, I think we talked a little bit about it as a team. Like for the Big Ten, we're going to go to every game as the underdog, obviously. We've seen that in the preseason poll, this is where the fun is because, there's no outside pressure. But like within us and the team that we know that we can be great teams and like we can do something. So I feel like it's just like going to be really fun playing with no pressure, but like knowing that we have a lot of goals. So.
Sienna, can you talk about that too, about that mindset of knowing you're going to be underdogs, but embracing that as well?
Yeah, we've talked a lot about embracing the challenge, and it's going to be hard every night. There's no nights off, and we're going to have to play our hardest every single night, and that's so exciting for us because it just pushes you day in and day out, and we're going to use that as motivation every single day through double days when the season gets long, through travel of just knowing that we have a fire under our butts, and we're going to compete hard every single time to surprise some teams and just showcase what we can because we have a lot of talent, and we have a lot that we can do this year.
Now we got some hands. All right. I don't know who was first. You sort it out.
Abby Harris, Go Big Redcast. Coach, you finished your first year as a head coach in the Big Ten. What lessons did you learn from that you can bring into your next year coaching in this conference?
Well, the Big Ten, I've said it over and over today. I'm going to keep saying it. It's the best league in the country. I think what really surprised me the most, though, was how much the other coaches care about the league and volleyball, not just their own programs. I think that was a good reminder to make sure that we're trying to help grow the game. That's my biggest takeaway, honestly, from year one. Volleyball's volleyball. The level's great, yes. The athletes are incredibly talented, but it's still just volleyball. But I think seeing how driven the other head coaches were to really invest in the game and invest in the sport and help the next generation of coaches and really help the next generation of athletes was really special to me and something I did not take lightly.
Lincoln, and then the front row.
Coach, you seem to perk up when they said it was an easy choice for her to come here. Was that news to you right now, or are you learning how to recruit to Northwestern's academics and use those to your advantage?
No, it just excites me when a player of her caliber says it was an easy choice to make to come to Northwestern. I think, again, she's an incredibly special human. I think learning how to recruit to Northwestern is unique. We are different. We're the number 6 academic school in the country, period. We're the smallest school in the Big Ten. So we do have just our own set of criteria and things that you're going to go through and the type of athletes we're going to look for. And I think the staff and I have done a good job at shrinking that list initially now so that we're targeting the right people early. When I heard Ayah was going in the portal, I knew she was a no-brainer.
Brendan Prizeman, Inside NU. Coach, you talked about off-season additions and making sure that they fit what you're looking for in Northwestern. One of the easier additions, given that, was Lauren Curry from the softball team. What do you see from her? And obviously Northwestern has a lot of two-school athletes. What do you think she can bring to the team this year?
Well, Lauren is incredibly unique in the sense that she played 4 years of softball at Northwestern, was part of Big Ten championship teams, part of NCAA tournament teams, understands winning at the elite level, and to have her to be able to transition and play for us, I think was an opportunity we couldn't, resist. She's a unique player in that she's a 1-foot attacker. She can hit in the middle. She can hit on the right. She can hit the slide. She's got an incredible arm. But having her leadership and guidance as a player that's had success in the Big Ten and had success in the NCAA tournament was something that I feel can really help our squad.
And if I may speak to Lauren as well, she's been an incredible addition off the court as well. She brings such a passion and vibrance for the game, and I think it's reminded all of us why we love volleyball so much, and she's just been an automatic, easy fit. So we're so lucky to have her on the team.
Coach Nick Stainer from 93.7 The Ticket. You mentioned earlier 8 new additions this year. In year 2 for yourself, how do you build the culture in a conference like the Big Ten where it's a grind night in, night out? How do you guys, and Sienna, you mentioned it earlier as well, kind of how do you guys build it and keep on building in a conference like the Big Ten?
Well, I think first and foremost, we have to keep investing in our student athletes. So pouring into our student athletes like Ayah and Sienna and helping them find the best volleyball players in themselves, helping them be successful in the classroom, but really investing in our student athletes, that's how we build our culture. And with the 8 newcomers coming in, I feel like we did a lot of work in the winter and spring quarters with the returners to build a really strong foundation so those 8 newbies just slot in. They don't get to come in and just do their own thing. They understand, okay, this is how we, prepare for practice. This is the timing schedule. This is, how we will conduct ourselves on road trips. This is how we succeed in the classroom. And again, luckily, these 8 players want to be here. They understand what Northwestern is. It's not a shock that you have to go to class. We're fortunate in that manner, but the work that the current and returners put in winter and spring is going to pay huge dividends here in another couple weeks.
Coach, over here.
Oh, okay.
Colleen Kane from the Chicago Tribune. How do you feel like the House settlement and the revenue sharing era impacts your program and then the sport in general?
Well, obviously the settlement is kind of changing the landscape of college athletics. I think it allows us to invest in players and to, help players showcase their talents and set them up for later. I think in terms of Northwestern and how we're handling it, I think Northwestern supports it 100%. Northwestern supports revenue share. It's participating in revenue share. I think we're very fortunate to have a president and an athletic administration that understands the importance of athletics and how they can be an incredibly enriching thing for the general student body. Like, college athletics, when they're done right, adds to universities. It helps drives admissions. It helps drives national interest. It helps drives marketing. Okay? So the House settlement just allows us to go out and try and do that at the highest level. So in terms of, is it going to be different? Yes, it's something we're all kind of figuring out as we go. It's new to everyone. Do I think it can be great? Yes. Do I think there's going to be bumps in the roads and things that no one thought of as we go along? Of course. That's all part of the new, if you will. But I think that I feel very fortunate that we have an administration that wants to support us and wants this to be done the right way and is trying to hire the experts and the people to surround us to make sure we can do this the very best it can be done.
Lee, and then we'll go front row again.
I assume it's quite an adjustment to go from Cairo to Lawrence, Kansas. Is Chicago a little bit more like Cairo, or is there any similarity there?
Downtown Chicago maybe a little bit. But I think just like the transition from Kansas to Northwestern was easier than like from Cairo to the U.S. Just like now because like I know the culture and like, I know the language more. So that transition was easier.
What would you want people to know about Cairo?
We have great beaches, not in Cairo, but in other cities in Egypt. So, we have amazing beaches. Yeah.
Right in front.
Thank you. For the players, obviously, massive shifts in the collegiate landscape past couple of years. That includes the expanded Big Ten. You guys are going to California twice, New York and Texas. You talked about the grind of the season. On those long road trips like that, how do you guys make sure that you keep that focus when you need to?
Yeah, I think first and foremost, it's knowing that we're there to take care of business. And like Tim talked about, we have standards about how we're going to conduct ourselves and the work we're going to do. And at the end of the day, it is a business trip and we're there to win. And so that's our focus. But then it's how do we continue to build our culture, lean on our culture, spend time with each other, make them enjoyable. We have a ton of fun with each other in the hotels before and after. And I think leaning into those and making those memories along the way and really just being able to do it with your best friends and doing it for a sport that you love, it doesn't become work, and it becomes something that just continually energizes you. And I'm personally extremely excited for the California trips, but all of the travel trips to be able to continue to build memories and take care of business on the way.
All right, I'm going to open it up also again to our student journalists. If there's any questions here, anybody? All right, we got a question back here. We're joined with some students today. Can you describe your training routine?
It's like, what's your schedule?
So like right now in the summer, we have workouts at 5:45 a.m. I mean, I'm pretty sure like it's not like that everywhere, but like with us, some people have classes and some people have internships. So this made the most sense. So we have workouts at 5:45, and then we have open gym after for like an hour and a half, and then I have to go to class. Sienna has to go to an internship. And then I'm done with class around 4. And then, just like go back. Sometimes I'll go again with Sienna at night to get some extra reps. But yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and then with preseason starting up, it becomes double days. So we'll have a practice block in the morning with some lifts, and then we'll do a little bit of a break and then practice in the afternoon as well. So starting up a much heavier schedule of training, and once travel and games start, we have a pretty big morning block where we practice and lift, and then we go to classes and games after that.
Any more questions? Oh, one more down here.
That's a great question, and that's something that we've definitely prioritized. Being a student athlete at Northwestern is not easy, and you have to lean into that, and I think it comes with we have a lot of support and great support at Northwestern, and it's also leaning into your teammates, finding those people that you trust and you love to go out and do something that you love doing, and just being honest with yourself and what you need to do. And I like to think staying organized and on top of everything also really helps with that, so you can try and slot in time for yourself. But we're definitely prioritizing working with our sports psychologists and all our sports staff so we can last through those really long seasons and come out of it really happy and healthy.
Yeah, for me, just, like relying on the people around me, and just like be vocal and like, just like organizing my time, making sure I'm top of it, like everything, so.
One more over here, anybody? Yeah, one more.
My name is Jasmine Calvin, I'm from Milton Bredesen, and my question is, when you are playing a game, like what do you typically feel like? Energized, focused, nervous, determined, excited? And how does that affect your performance in the game?
For me, I feel very excited, especially when we have a lot of fans. I feel like they always bring the energy. So yeah, I feel like I'm the best when I'm, like loose and like more excited. So.
I definitely do get nervous. It's that excited nervous of I love playing the game and I want to play it the best I can. And I love just leaning into my teammates when we all get hyped up together, and that first point, that first big block where we're all just really excited and start to settle in and feel confident. I think the emotional side of volleyball is very underrated, but it's so much fun, and it really does help us play our best when we're in the right headspace.
Any more questions for the Wildcats? All right, thank you all for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.